performing consistently throughout her time here. I can't even believe she's a senior already. I remember her as a freshman coming in. And, you know, Zoe hasn't competed as much, but she's really started to contribute. And Olivia, I've only seen her do floor once, but it was an amazing floor routine, so I'm looking forward, hopefully, to seeing that again tonight.
We are getting past a note. It does sound like Maryland, at the 11th hour, has changed their rotation and their lineup. So I'm going to hold off on saying any names from Maryland until we get the actual rotation. We are getting that information given to us now, I believe.
And the rivalry between Maryland and Towson goes back into the 80s.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I was giving. They didn't change the names. It's the order that they're competing in on apparatus.
They're starting on beam.
They're starting on beam. We thought they. Okay. All right. Well, that makes everything easier.
Okay.
And we are just about ready to go. We should be ready to go, and we are. As here is Emerson Hurst on the vault, flying.
Beautiful. Oh, again, I wish you could just stick that. It's such a perfect vault. So much amplitude and distance off of that vaulting table. It's not the most difficult vault, but she does it beautifully.
And take another look at Emerson Hurst. A lot of power for Emerson.
Yeah, and she even is able to open up out of it. I mean, it's a blind landing, so it is a little trickier. I'd love to see her put a half twist on that.
Yeah.
I don't know why she couldn't. She's got plenty of room to do it.
This is a look at Olivia Raymond for DW on the bars. It'll
nice
be
Jaeger.
Nikki Borkowski.
Going into her second release move. Overshoot to handstand. Little shy. Definitely hit that handstand there. Into her dismount. Oh, beautiful high double tuck. Did take a step on the landing. Good start on bars for GW.
We move over to beam.
A nice kickover series. Really nice for Maryland.
And now here's Nikki Borkowski getting set to go. We are still waiting for final score, though, for Emerson Hurst. A nice dismount over by McClure. She stuck it off the beam. So everyone has gone through once. And here's another look at McClure off the dismount.
And a 1.5
a little
twist.
bit of a step.
Little step. Good routine, though. Solid routine to start off beam for Maryland.
Here comes the score for Emerson Hurst as Borkowski waits on the officials. It's always a little slow at the beginning as everyone kind of feels out the rhythm. A 9.725 for Emerson Hurst. Emerson last time out, a 9.275. So flip some of those numbers.
That's good.
This last
she must have fallen.
Here comes Borkowski.
And she does a Yurchenko entry layout fall. Yes. Oh, beautiful. Great form in the air. Slightly piked down. I'd take a minimal deduction on that. Looks really strong.
Last time at Penn State, a 9.55 for Borkowski.
This will score way higher than that. Great distance from the vault. Slight shuffle on that landing.
And this is Simone Bannon waiting to get the go-ahead on the bars for GW. And that was a great vault from Borkowski, and that's something you and I have talked about. Vault, historically a weaker rotation for Towson, and they have been so
this
solid
season,
and so strong
I'm so impressed with the just level of difficulty that has increased on vault, and now we're starting to see cleaner vaults and hopefully some more stuck landings tonight. And over on bars, Pac Salto.
This is Bainan.
Hit the handstand.
Lexana Andrews is over on beam for Maryland.
Into a dismount. Ooh. Chest really down low on that landing and a big step, so that will be a bigger deduction. You can see she kind of peels off a little early. Lands real low.
Allie Wesley getting the go-ahead.
Another Yurchenko. Oh! Another Yurchenko full with some bounces at the end that unfortunately will be a deduction, but she's got springs in her legs. I love it. She had slight leg separation coming onto the vault, but the judges probably can't see that as much. She did not have to pike down at all, and the distance was great. Just got to stick that landing.
So we missed the score for Borkowski, and I'm kind of surprised. I was staring down there the whole time. We'll try to get that.
over to Maryland on the beam.
And this is Laxana Andrews, I believe, still.
Going for her dismount, round off 1.5 twist, a little hop on the landing. Looks like another solid routine for Maryland.
The score for Wesley, a 9.725. So that's a pair of 9.725s for the Tigers so far. We'll try to.
And actually, that's a great score because her landing was probably an almost 2/10 deduction.
Lauren Boland.
Oh, another hop on the landing. These are great vaults, really great vaults. The ladies should be really proud of them. She had a little bit of form break in the air, but from my angle, I can see it. The judges might not have been able to. She has great distance from the vaulting table, could use a little more amplitude off, but another great vault.
We'll move over now to, actually everybody's done right now, so we're waiting.
Got a little lull here.
Still trying to find that score for Nikki Borkowski. And I'm looking at the lineup, I'm not sure who Towson has going in the all-around tonight, if anybody, because Boland is not competing on floor.
And you don't have to have an all-arounder.
Yeah, so I don't think we have anyone tonight. And here's Kyla Gamble getting ready to go. Or actually, no, we're waiting on Boland's score, excuse me. Now here comes Gamble.
Oh gosh, again, beautiful vault, great height, great form. She was a little crooked, that can be a deduction, but a huge bounce on that landing. And if we notice the difference between the two previous vaults, Kyla only does a half twist. It's actually worth the same as the ladies that are doing the full twist. It's a little more difficult in my opinion because again, it's that blind landing like Emerson Hurst has. And I really feel like she should just put another half twist on it and it'd be perfect.
This is Deja Chambliss, and it also looked like that Kyla might have had her chest out a little bit in the front of her, and that's what brought her feet a little forward at the end.
She was a little short on that handstand. That's a minor deduction. Going into her dismount. Ooh. Wow, great stick, because she actually peeled off a little.
Camille Vitoff getting ready to go, a 9.7 for Kyla Gamble as Vitoff.
It's actually a great score for that vault. There we go, another beautiful form on that one, and just that hop on the landing, oh. This is what makes the difference, you know, towards the end of the meet, when you're fighting for tenths, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 tenths alone already we've lost just by not sticking those landings. And that is just that next level that I was talking about earlier that these ladies need to get to if they want to really succeed in the postseason.
They will have an exhibition on vault. It'll be Jenna White's. And we'll get the score for Vitoff. One judge has her as a 9.8. Let's see what it averages out to. Can't see the second judge.
It's a great score because the difficulty of that vault is 9.95. So they're only taking off 0.15 right now from the one judge. So we'll see where that goes.
Coach Jay Ramirez keeping a very close eye. Here comes Wheat in just a moment.
So we're over on bars while we're waiting for that vault score.
They have not shown all the scores, I'm pretty sure.
Very nice.
Really
and that's
nice
a
vault.
nice Yurchenko to have in your back pocket. Great job. See how that scores.
Yeah,
that could make a difference in next week's lineup.
Little issue with the replay. All right. So Towson is all done on vault. We'll try to get scores here in a minute. As we are aware, live stats are down as well. Look over at GW on the bars, and here's Maryland on beam.
And Maryland's been pretty solid on beam so far.
This is Tiara Wright.
Maryland started off the season actually ranked in the top 10 at one point. They've dropped since then, but they're a tough competitor. And they used to be a team we competed against multiple times throughout the years. And in fact, in the gym, the practice gym, there was a big sign that said "Beat Terps," and we used to hit it on the way out. It was our biggest rivals at the time, not as much anymore because we're in different conferences.
Maryland going through their beam.
Oh, wow, side summy, very cool.
Might be Leah Burgess.
And a gainer full off the side, actually a little low, chest was down and knees were a little soft. Not as clean as it could have been, but another solid routine for Maryland on beam, which kind of stinks. We needed them to have a few mistakes over there.
That was Burgess for Maryland. Move over to Bars for GW.
Replay on that dismount. Pretty solid bar event for GW too. This is starting off to be a really good competition.
Also looks like Towson sporting some new leotards tonight.
I know, it's kind of a little retro with the velvet. That kind of reminds me of the 90s a little bit, but I love it.
Sabria Rouse gets ready on beam for Maryland. Next up on bars for GW is Katya Karpova, I believe. Oh no, it's going to be a exhibition. We're down to the exhibition is Kaplan.
It looks like we still have someone on beam.
Beam, yeah. Rouse waiting to go. It's been a long holdup for her after the Burgess. It looks like the judges are going to huddle on this one off the Burgess one.
All right.
So here's Kaplan in a exhibition for GW.
Oh, good fight. Goes into a Jaeger, right into her overshoot. And so again, for anyone wondering, an exhibition is sort of like a practice routine. It won't count at all towards the scores for the competition. Oh, full in dismount, a little low on the landing.
But the coaches get a chance to see what judges.
And it gives a chance for the gymnasts to compete, get out in front of the judges, see what they can do, get them some practice, because they might be needed later on in the season. It'd be better to say I've already done it a few times in front of some judges than to cold turkey it at a conference championship.
So GW's all done now, and now there's still a conversation going over at beam. And how does this throw off a gymnast if you know, after you watch or you don't watch your teammate go, but you're ready to go, you get up there, and then now there's this long conversation, and you just got to stand there and wait.
This is the mental side, and I had a coach that used to say gymnastics was 10% physical, 90% mental. These ladies train for this. It hopefully shouldn't shake them too much, but on an event like beam, I never liked it. You know, I was ready mentally to go. You kind of time it as soon as the gymnast in front of you finishes. You're like, okay, a minute to go. But they're probably, what I would do, hopefully, she's just playing that routine in her head over and over. It's giving her some extra time just to practice that, hopefully.
you saw the
calm about
Terps
it
in the corner of your screen. The rest of the team trying to keep her loose, trying
Yep.
to keep her. It's like almost like a kicker in football when when another team tries to ice them.
Right, ice them
they
out.
Come over to the sideline and they'll literally talk to him about anything other than football.
Right.
Ask him about homework,
Right.
TV. Like they'll just try to get his mind off it so he's not overthinking.
Exactly.
Now Rouse has just been standing there now for a few minutes.
And the reason the judges do what we call a conference is, this is a subjective sport. A judge sees what they see, and they're going to miss things sometimes that another judge might see or not see. And if their scores are too far apart, they have to get together and figure out why. They have some wiggle room. They don't have to always come up with the exact same score, but they can't be more than a few tenths apart. So if one is like 5 tenths apart from the other, they need to conference and figure out who missed what on that.
And then in some situations, obviously every team member or every team carries nowadays an iPad with them. And
so they do reviews now. Yeah, they will do video reviews, especially if a coach feels the judges missed an element that gave them bonus tenths. Beautiful standing layout. Step out right into a straddle jump. Very solid. Flip-flop layout. Oh. Well, if they thought they were icing her out, it didn't work in their favor.
She is locked in, is Rouse right now.
Nice dance series. Needs a little more extension. Wasn't quite at the 180 degrees with her splits.
It could be a trickle-down effect, too, as Tierra Wright has been standing now waiting to go. If she'll follow Rouse up, so there's still one more person to go for Maryland. Rouse solid all the way through so far.
Round off 1.5. Oh, shoot.
Little trouble on the dismount in the landing.
Yeah, that'll be at least a 2, maybe 3/10 deduction. Hopefully just 2. We'll give her a little break because she had to wait so long.
And we still have one more.
Solid routine, though.
To go for the Terps. It'll be Tierra Wright. And hold on, we getting some scores thrown our way. Borkowski. A 9.75, that's the one we missed, and Bolin with a 9.725, and Vitov with a 9.775.
That's pretty consistent vaulting right there.
I am surprised at the Borkowski vault. Both you and I thought that would score maybe a little higher.
Yeah.
But still, Towson, much improved over the year.
And again, you look at those scores, not one of those vaults was really stuck.
Right.
So if you think about it, you stick 4 of those. That's adding 4 to 6 tenths to that score. Then you're in the 49s, and that's where we want to be, and that's where they can be. They just have to believe that.
Right now, the Towson score stands at a 48-7. They will be on bars next as Tierra Wright is all set to go. This is not an exhibition. This is a legitimate routine for Maryland.
And I actually went to a Maryland meet a few weeks ago. My sister was a Maryland gymnast, so we went to check them out. It was against Rutgers, and I remember her beam routine. It's a beautiful routine.
Again, this is Tierra Wright.
Little sloppy in the form on those jumps. Toes need to be just a little more pointed. Ooh.
Little wobble there.
Little wobble. Right. Balance check there. Nice full turn, which is a requirement. Front kick over into a back handspring. That technically is her acro series. I'm a little questionable about whether I would call that a connection. She took a long time connecting the landing from that front kickover into the back handspring. It is a unique series, though, so I do love to see when gymnasts do something a little different. A gainer pike off the end with a stuck landing.
Very nice.
That was not her best beam set. I'm sure she's not 100% thrilled with it, but it was still solid, and they had such a solid lineup before her. So there was really no pressure on her.
So Maryland, they've switched their orders, so next for them, rotation-wise, they are now going to be on the floor. And that'll do it. We'll step aside. A long first rotation, but we are through one, and we will come back on the Towson Sports Network.
Next level. They are doing the difficulty we need them to do now. And for the most part, doing it pretty cleanly. They just need to tighten it up, stick those landings. If they had stuck even 3 of those landings, they'd be in the lead right now.
Yeah.
On vault. So, you know, that's what we're looking at. It's just little things. This is a tight competition after the first event. So let's see what happens after the second.
All right. It'll be Lauren Bolin, a 9.5 for her last time at Penn State. Penn State meet wasn't one of the stronger meets for the Tigers.
That's a difficult arena to perform in. Although we, when I was at Towson, we never competed at Penn State because they were a little too scared to compete against us. But when I coached at Temple University, we did compete at Penn State, and I have to say it was not fun. The fans there, at least at this time, this was in the 90s, they were mean. If you fell off beam, they would scream at you, don't bother getting back on,
right.
You know, things like that. And so it was a difficult place to compete.
Well, Bolin underway.
There we go. Nice Tkachev. Overshoot. Hit the handstand. No deduction there for sure.
Freshman, usually the all-arounder, will not compete on floor tonight.
Giant full into a double tuck. Oh, hop on that landing again. Ah. She has a great routine. I'd love to see a little more amplitude with her release move and point her toes just a little bit harder. But other than that, solid start for the Tigers on bars.
Signius on the floor for Maryland. We await the Bolin score on bars.
First tumbling pass, one punch front, 1.5 twist into a back layout step out. A little more height on that dance series. A good extension.
Try to get a look across the floor through the bodies to see the score.
To see the score.
For Bolin.
I feel like I see a 9-6 from one of the judges.
I can tell if that's an 8 or a 6.
I'm hoping it's an 8, but I think it's a 6.
9-6-2-5 for Lauren Bolin. Jenna White's up next. Oh, nope, it looks like we have a little bit of a lineup change. This is Kyla Gamble.
So this is the first time I've seen Kyla competing on bars this season. Shapashnikova into an overshoot, hit that handstand.
Kyla did not compete on bars at Penn State.
I've been told she has a great bar set. I just haven't seen it, so I'm excited to see it. Toe to a full, right into a double tuck. There we go.
Jay Ramirez, he celebrates all of them. I don't think I've seen Jay get that excited. Oh my, that was a pretty solid routine from Kyla Gamble.
Here's her dismount again, double tuck. That can't
Stuck
be any
landing.
more stuck.
That is the definition of a stuck landing
yes,
off the
love it.
bars for Kyla Gamble, and that should score well. Didn't look like she had much separation in the legs
no.
at all.
A few form breaks here or there, but very minor. And honestly, from the angle the judges are sitting, they might not have been able to see him.
And Wesley will be up next for the Tigers on bars. Right now, nobody going anywhere.
Yeah, we have all 3 events waiting right now. The two strong bar routines to start the Tigers off.
9-7-7-5 for Kyla Gamble.
Good score.
Back over on floor for Maryland, this is Emma Silberman. Wesley is set to go.
Nice double pike. And we've got bars going again.
With Wesley.
Beautiful Jaeger right into an overshoot. Nice and high and floaty. Hit that handstand. Giant full. Right into her double tuck. Oh no. Oh.
Wesley.
Darn it.
Kind of loses her footing at the end there and drops to a knee.
No reason other than I think she was just really trying to stick it. And I give her credit for that. And, oh, beautiful routine. Unfortunately, her knee did touch, though.
Silverman finishing up here
Back
on
over the floor. Finishes with a double tuck. Chest was definitely down a little bit, but nice landing. No extra deduction on that landing other than the chest being down. Dramatic finish. And finally, we get to see a beam routine from GW. Replay of a dismount, side aerial into a back full. And a replay here in the last tumbling pass. You can see she lands down with her chest, but no deduction on her feet landing. Solid landing there.
Tess Zientek will be next on the bars.
So the pressure is on now for the rest of the bar lineup. Because unfortunately, I think they may have to count that as a fall since her knee did go down. And again, it wasn't that there was anything wrong with that dismount. I think she was just really trying to stick it, and as soon as her feet hit, it just buckled on her.
A 9-6 for Allie Wesley.
Okay, so they didn't count it as a fall then. So not so bad. But the pressure is still on because they know they can do better.
That is a low score, yeah.
Yeah.
So Tess Zientek off and running, or I guess off and swinging here on bars.
She has a free hip to a hop, to a front giant. Overshoot hits that handstand beautifully. Sets up for a dismount. Beautiful giant full right on top. Nice high double tuck, slight hop on the landing. Nice job.
Another look at Zientek. Over to beam with GW. Hannah Cohen, and I was actually incorrect on the last floor routine. That was Randy Morris before what is now Emma Silberman going on floor. I was looking at the wrong lineup.
We have flip-flop, layout, step out. Beautiful, solid. GW historically has always had very strong beam.
The way to score for Zientek, and actually, Tanny, I looked across. Allie Wesley, as down as I've ever seen her, over kind of crouched straight across from us, and she's usually very vocal and up.
Yeah.
And I think she's, obviously one of the senior leaders, and she's always hard on herself, but
yeah, I mean, that was disappointing, but she still got a decent score, so she shouldn't be too upset with herself. Nice dismount off the side.
Zientek looks like she got a 9-7-7-5, and yep.
Great score. And it's hard not to feel bad when you mess up, but that is where college gymnastics, it's a team sport. You might have had a bad routine, but if the other 5 gymnasts all hit, doesn't matter what you did.
Camille Vitoff
Gearing up for a dismount. She does a beautiful full in. Oh, lovely. So high above the bar. Finishes with her chest up. Great job. You can see it here again. The speed she gets from those giant swings. She was a little close to the bar.
Yeah, that was very
Hop
close
on the
to
landing
bar.
again. Oh, these little hops, they're all adding up.
Look over to Beam with GW. Bainan getting set to go. Now moving back over to 4 with Maryland. This is Reese McClure.
Opening with a nice high double tuck. Big step out, so that will be a minor deduction.
Jazz Kaufman will be next for the Tigers on bars, and she's actually going. Looks like it might have been a 9.725 for Vitoff, excuse me.
Nice, hit the handstand on the
Kaufman
overshoot.
is off on bars right now. And here we go over to Kaufman.
Tkachev. A little sloppy on her form. Just needs to tighten it up a little bit. Oh, there we go. Stuck the landing. And you see again in the replay her Tkachev. Just needs to squeeze her legs together. She's a little soft in the knees, but that landing can't take anything away from it.
And that is the final routine for the Tigers on bars.
Really strong bar event for them tonight. One little mishap, but again, you just need 5 scores.
Yeah,
and they put them up.
It looks like, yeah, Towson rebounds. They pick up their teammate, which, throughout the age disparity and through freshmen through seniors, that's something this team has been very good at so far this year, is when they do have a routine that kind of goes awry, they've been able to pick each other up.
Yep, and that's the most important thing that they're learning here. Again, this is a young team. This is only building for the future at this point.
See what the score was for Kaufman in a minute. And now kind of at a standstill here. .9775 for
Great
Jazz
job.
Kaufman.
Wow.
Her and actually Zientek and Gamble also each with a 9.775. So
great
good
job.
group of scores for the Tigers. Still some concern though, Candy, with the landings and not sticking to distance.
Yeah, and this is just where you might see the difference between a high-level team like an Oklahoma or a UCLA and a Towson. We're not necessarily doing any less difficulty than a lot of these schools. We're just not performing it quite as perfectly, but they'll get there. What I really feel like this season is doing is building their confidence and helping them understand they can do this and compete with the top programs in the country.
This is Sabria Rouse for Maryland.
She opens with a double pike. Round off 1.5 to a front layout. The last tumbling pass, double tuck, little bounce out of that. So this year, one of the changes on floor is if you do a double summy or double flip on your last pass, you get a 10th bonus. So you're seeing a lot more gymnasts doing that, which is usually hard. You're out of breath towards the end of your routine, and it's not an easy skill you can just walk into. Beautiful dismount on beam. I'm sorry. Hopefully they'll replay this. It was beautiful.
Deja Chambliss.
Okay, it's a flip-flop. Step out into a flip-flop, 2-foot double twist. You don't see many double twists off a beam, and especially not connected to a series. Great job.
Tierra Wright will finish up on floor. Actually, Maryland will have Burgess do a exhibition after Wright. And over on beam, Sydney Krasa will go for GW, and they'll have Taya Karpova do an exhibition as well. Great for Wright to take to the floor.
And while we're waiting, we didn't see this on camera, but Doc is over there jamming, entertaining the crowd.
Doc's never not jamming.
He's having a good time.
So he's in his own world. Here is Tierra Wright for Maryland.
Oh, triple full. Sorry I got so loud about that.
You're good.
It's a favorite of mine. I did it myself. Not as nice as that, though. Punch front full into a double full. Wow, unique tumbling.
Tierra Wright. That is as strong as it'll come on the floor.
Great job.
Another look at Wright.
This is her first pass. So it's 3 twists with 1 rotation. Oh, it's a difficult skill.
Her final pass here.
Front full in a tuck position into a double full. Now I'll say this, a little sloppy with the form, but such unique tumbling. I like it, it makes her stand apart. Now GW on beam, unfortunately they didn't show this. There was a fall, but she did finish with a strong dismount.
That was Krasa. So now we have 2 exhibitions here for Maryland and GW, respectively. It'll be, unless Maryland is not going to take it. They have Burgess listed to do an exhibition, but I don't see anybody getting ready for Maryland. They've kind of retreated away from the apparatus, and GW will take their exhibition with Karpova. Karpova gets set to go. And update on the scores. As of right now, Maryland in first with a 98.175. Then GW and Towson are tied with a 97375. I don't know if they've factored in the last score from Krasa yet on the beam.
But she did fall, so I wouldn't think they'd count that one. Unless there was another fall that I didn't see.
Maryland will go to the vault. Towson will be on beam. As here comes Karpova in an exhibition. McClure was the high score for Maryland on the floor with a 9.825, and if you're following, oh no, that was on beam. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. I'll take that back. Whoop, it went away too fast, but I believe it was the live stats in front of us. I'm trying to catch it as it comes around on the ribbon board. I believe Tierra Wright had the high score for Maryland at a 9.875, if I saw that correctly.
Flip-flop layout for a series. Her chest was down a little bit on the landing. Nice switch leap into a sheep jump. She needed a little more arch in her back for that. And an inward full turn, a little different. Front aerial to a split jump. Just needs a little more extension. Very clean form. And a hitch kick into a gainer full. A little shuffle on the landing, but all in all, a nice routine for an exhibition.
And that'll do it for rotation number 2. And our score, Maryland in first with a 9.825, and then GW and Towson tied at 9.7375 right here on the Towson Sports Network. A little bit of housekeeping to do with Maryland. Maryland, a couple of 9.9s for them on the floor. And that last routine, the reason why we were looking for Burgess, she's listed to do an exhibition. What Tandy caught, and we didn't kind of put 2 and 2 together until afterwards, Tierra Wright suffered an injury during warm-ups, and she had to hobble off. And Burgess's exhibition ended up being a real routine at the last second. And, I mean, Tandy, it scored, we were just kind of talking about it off air, it scored a 9.9. Along with Silberman, who got a 9.9 as well on the floor for Maryland. So that's what kind of has Maryland propelled into first place at the moment.
Right. And look, I am not going to knock Maryland's floor routines. They have great difficulty, unique choreography, but these scores on floor are a little high, and that's on the judges. That's not on the gymnasts. That's on the judges. And the problem is when you start scoring, because they were first on floor, you still have 2 more teams going on floor.
Right.
And if you're already handing out 9.9s and 9.875s,
right,
what are you going to do when someone does a routine that's way better than what we saw with Maryland? Now, I guess there's a chance no one will, but I know there's some good floor routines coming up. And so now what are we going to do?
And Maryland and GW underway. Maryland on the vault. That was
Chenko
McClure.
full for a first vault. Huge hop.
Lauren Bolin getting going on beam for the Tigers, and we are underway fully now in the 3rd rotation.
Opens with a flip-flop layout. Little balance check there. Will be a little deduction. Split jump into a split half. Oh, she seems a little off tonight. See if she can get her confidence back. Front kick over, very solid. Good job. Flip-flop gainer full off the side, hop on the landing. I think she was just really going for that stick, but dropped her chest, so she had to hop forward.
And one more look at.
A few balance checks on that routine, but overall, great way to start off beam. I hope it sets it up for the next 5 gymnasts to really hit their best routine, because they're going to need to do that if they even want to get close to Maryland.
That was Kaplan finishing up on floor for GW, and here's Maryland again on a vault with.
And that is a different vault.
Silberman.
You don't see this very often, where she actually does a full onto the vault and then a back tuck off, almost like a Sukahara.
I would say we're going to wait to see what the score is for Bolin, but I can't even see where the board is to tell you what the score would be. This is the one apparatus we
we're
have
at a little
trouble
disadvantage.
seeing.
We need to raise this media table up a little bit here.
Unless I can kind of see it on that camera, if it was a 9.825 for Bolin, I don't think.
No, I don't think that's the score. Oh, maybe.
Quite yet. I mean, Casper is walking over to, excuse me, White's is walking over to get ready.
No, definitely
yeah, they're
wasn't.
running the score over now.
Yeah, it's
I was
running
going to
now.
say, that seemed a little high.
But I see the one judge did give her a 9.7, so actually that's a pretty good score because she did have a couple balance checks.
White's waiting to go as we have a little bit of a lull here at CQ. Fans, if you want to be inside CQ instead of watching at home, we'd love to have you here. TowsonTigers.com or 1-855-TU-Tigers.
Now we're getting ready for beam.
Here is Jenna White.
Nice switch leap, and oh, great, triple series. Switch leap into a standing layout, step out into a split jump. Solid on that, great extension. Front aerial to a beat jump. It satisfies another requirement. Flip-flop layout. Really solid routine so far. Setting up for a dismount, side aerial into a full, stuck landing, there we go.
And beam
that was a great beam routine.
Has been
very
a strong.
Clean, yeah. Historically, they've been very strong on beam, but I know they've had a couple meets this year where they were a little off.
It was uncharacteristic.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for sure. And that was a really strong routine, very solid, very few deductions, if any, that I really saw.
And if the gymnast for
Going
Towson,
over to floor, double tuck.
If the gymnast for Towson needed any boost of energy, you've got a whole section of alumni sitting in the front there.
I know, I love it.
Noelle Harada, Lauren Cahalan were the two who I saw because I almost knocked into them as I walked over there real quick. But they're there and they're being loud.
And earlier I saw Tyra McKellar.
Yes.
A lot of the younger alumni came back, and a lot of the older alumni from the 60s and 70s and 80s, and some of the men's team. A lot of people don't know that we had a men's team back in the day, and the coaches from the men's team and some of the men's male gymnasts are here tonight as well.
To be very honest, I went to the school and I've been working here. I did not know we
You
had
did
a
not?
men's.
Oh,
I did not know that.
Back in like the 60s, 70s, they had a men's team as well.
And it was a big score for Jenna White. Everybody's clapping. Everyone's
well, one
excited.
judge gave her a 9.9, and that's what I said. I saw very few deductions, so I don't know what the other judge gave her, but let's hope she's up there.
Casper is next to go, and they were obviously excited about it. Was Towson.
All right.
And they might be revealing it now, and I mean, the crowd above us can see it. And maybe
somebody help us out.
Someone can tell us what it was.
Camera guy, what was that?
We can't see it. They pan down a little bit. I can try to catch it on the back.
Oh.
But a very good score for Jenna White.
Clearly, and well deserved.
Towson looks to make a move on Maryland, to very, very strong floor routine or rotation, and now they're just plugging away on the vault or the Terps.
This is a replay on the vault. Yurchenko full, big hop.
This is Paige Casper now for Towson.
Switch side. Flip-flop layout, a little balance check, minor deduction. Nice straddle jump to a straddle half.
Lauren Bolin scored a 9.675. We are waiting on the white score.
Side aerial. Oh, no. So we've got our
Casper
first fall on beam. And it was weird. It just, not even sure what happened on that, to be honest. I think there was just a little loss of focus. And gainer full. Nice stuck landing. Great beam routine up into that fall. Honestly, very few deductions, a little balance check here or there. Stuck landing. So I'm just not sure what happened with that side aerial. Replay on vault. Another Yurchenko full. Wow, the distance on that was amazing. Did pike it down a little bit.
Jenna White, 9.925.
Wow. So that means she had a 9.9 and a 9.95. Well deserved. That's in the Marielle Arduino stratosphere right there.
I mean, we still got Emerson Hurst to go too.
Well, now the pressure's on. We need all of the rest of the routines to hit their strongest that they can. We do not want to have to count that routine with a fall.
And Allie Wesley in the beam rotation for Towson, and she was the one who had a tough bar routine, and you know she's going to want to try to clean it up and make up for that. And now she has the opportunity to score
And ideally,
big.
she's already forgotten about bars. Yep. She has a beautiful beam routine. There's no reason she can't hit it.
We await Camille Vitoff. Last time for Vitoff, a 9.625 on the beam. And talk about Jenna White's 9.75 her last time out, and I think they'll take the increase here. A little bit of a lull. Maryland all done on the vault, so they will get a bit of a break.
Yeah, it seems like the scores are a little slow getting done tonight on beam.
Beam has been slow today. Yeah. I mean, they had that long conference in the first rotation, and it's kind of just been around the same ever since.
All right, here we go with Camille. Wolf turn. You don't see too many gymnasts doing those, although it's very popular in club gymnastics. But not too many college gymnasts do the wolf turn. Flip flop layout. Nice.
Right now, Jenna White stands to be the winner on floor. Paige Casper, a 9.15, and she had the fall.
Side aerial into a full. I'm going to give her the stick. There was a slight shuffle with the foot, but I'll give her the stick. Let's see what the judges do. And Camille did a great job of resetting the tone on beam after a fall. It was a solid, solid routine.
So a nice routine for Vitoff. Wesley will be next, and we'll go over to floor with GW. I believe it's Deja Chambliss, right, getting ready to go. Wesley waiting to go. I'm going to try to stand up here, Tandy, and see if I can get the Vitoff score. Chambliss is going on floor here. Vitoff with a 9.85.
Nice.
That's the problem. She's not raising it up. She's just spinning it. The score. That's why we can't see.
I'll have to train these. I'm gonna, you know what? I'll get here early next time, and I'm gonna go around and teach the score flashers. They have to hold it up and wait a few minutes so we can catch those scores. Attendance
tonight, 1,029 here inside CQ.
Yeah.
Help us add to it. Get your tickets. 1 meet left to go. As Wesley now underway on the beam.
Flip-flop layout. Little balance check there. She seems laser focused. Switch. Very nice, solid dance series. Side aerial, nice. Cartwheel gainer full, stuck landing, and there you go. Great job.
So that was Allie Wesley.
Here's a replay of her dismount. Gainer full off the side.
Another look at Chambliss. She finished out on floor for DW. They have
Double
Olivia
tuck.
Raymond next to go. There is Olivia Raymond. I'm going to stand back up so we can try to get the Wesley score. Emerson Hurst will be the anchor for Towson, one of the best in the country. Wesley with a 9.825.
Great job.
And this is Emerson Hurst. If she can finish strong here, this will be a really, really solid rotation. They'll clean up the fall from Casper.
Flip-flop layout. What I love about Emerson is how precise she is. There is no question her legs are straight. There is no question her toes are pointed. Beautiful switch. She makes it look so easy. That is not an easy connection to do.
And the other thing I've noticed about Emerson Tandy is everybody practices their routine off to the side as they wait to go. I don't think I've seen anybody go through it as much as Emerson Hurst does.
Yeah. And, you know, each gymnast has their own little, you know, kind of preparation or what they like to do to be ready. And that's how she does it, and it clearly works.
Dismount
Setting
for
up her
Hurst.
Dismount, front full.
Hop.
Slight hop on the landing. Beautiful routine, again. The confidence that she displays when she's on beam, it's just amazing.
And almost synced up, Olivia Raymond finishes at the exact same moment. And we are on to, I don't believe we have any, we do have a beam exhibition for Towson. It'll be Packard. DW is done on the floor. Towson has, so our scores as they stand right now, Maryland stays in first with 147.275. GW 146.6 and Towson a 146.575. So everyone kind of just nipping at each other's heels here. Maryland with the separation, obviously. But Towson really trying to catch into GW, and they'll go on floor as Packard is underway on the exhibition.
Statistically speaking, floor usually scores highest, but vault is a close second. So with GW finishing on vault, it's gonna still be neck and neck. So we really have to count on Towson hitting every routine, sticking those landings, and maybe a few not great landings for GW.
Looking at GW's floor scores, they're high, not as high as Maryland's were, but you have a couple of 9.85s, 9.875, so the judges are scoring
they're
high
scoring
tonight.
high on
so
floor for sure.
But
that doesn't mean you can go in and do
The opportunity is there, though.
The opportunity is there if they just go
do
out,
their job.
perform,
Have fun.
stick, have fun. Exactly.
We'll step aside. One rotation left to go right here on the Towson Sports Network. In the lead with a 147.3, followed by GW with a 146.6, and then Towson with a 146.575. GW is on vault, Maryland on Maryland on bars, and Towson on the floor. They'll line up Temkov, Borkowski, Wheats, Wesley, Casper, and Hurst. Hurst is filling in for Amy Stewart. And it looks like whatever Emerson ran off for with the trainer is of no concern, as we are already underway here on vault with Krasa.
Beautiful Yurchenko full, stuck landing. That's how you start off vault, especially when you're trying to catch up.
Temkov will get us started on the floor. Maryland over on the bars with Sicknius.
A little short on that handstand. Nice giant swings into a double layout, and that is a stuck landing.
And here is Melissa Temkov, all set to go. And this is my favorite floor routine of the group.
She's a beautiful dancer, and what I love is the music and the choreography fits her personality so well. And that makes a huge difference.
Here is Melissa Temkov.
Beautiful double pike, and see the control on that landing. She landed both feet together, took a small step back. No deductions on that at all. Front layout to a front full. Great amplitude and extension on those dance elements. Finishes with a double tuck. And that's just beautiful. Awesome. That's how you start off floor. Wow.
Got the crowd going.
That's right.
I mean, she is so on it every single time. I mean, she plays to it so well, and she hits her spots. I mean,
yeah, it's dynamic.
That first pass, too, is huge.
It's
she
huge.
Just sticks it every single time. And
when you look at her, you don't understand the power that she has, and then she does that first pass, and you're like, oh, where did that come from? She really draws you in, at least for me. I always love dramatic floor routines. And so for me, it draws me right in. Got a Yurchenko layout half, the same vault we saw Kyla Gamble do.
Here comes the score for Temkov. 9-8.
I'm not going to say anything.
I
was looking for a 9.85, 9.875 compared to the scores I'd seen earlier in the routines that did them.
Borkowski will be next for Towson. That's Glauber over there from Maryland, getting ready to go. Borkowski takes to the floor.
And this is another routine that I think really fits her personality. There's a little cheeky part that she does that I just love. This little part right here, I just love it. She opens with a double tuck. Very nice. Nice extension on her jumps. Second pass, front layout, front full. Good job. Getting ready for her last pass. Double pike. A little low on the landing, but a minor deduction. Great job.
That is Nikki Borkowski for the Tigers.
There's her last pass again. You can see how low she landed, but pulled it out, and that's all we need. Looks like we're looking at a replay on bars, another double layout. Big step, though. Would not give the stick to that.
Here comes the score for Borkowski. 9-7 from one, can't see it from the other. Whites will be next and to look to carry some of that momentum from Beam into her floor routine. A 9-7 for Borkowski.
Yeah, that last pass probably was a couple tenths deduction.
Chest down on it.
Yeah.
Maryland on bars. This may not be Tierra Wright anymore. Or no, that is Tierra Wright. She was pulled out of the floor after kind of
beautiful stalder work
injury.
Into a double tuck, hop on the landing.
Here's Jenna Wheat.
Wow, nice, fast double tuck, fast spinner. One and a half to a front layout, beautiful. There's a little more height on those jumps. Setting up for her last pass. Double pike, nice! little tiger claw at the end. I love it. That was a great routine. She's having a great night.
Great night. Jenna Weeks. And she is filling in. Olivia Lubarski was out of the lineup. She was in the lineup at Penn State, out of the lineup tonight, and Jenna Weeks is the one taking her spot. We'll see what they give her.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I love Olivia's floor routine. It's so unique and different. It's almost theatrical. But if that's what we're going to fill in with it, hey, I'll take it.
GW is all done on the vault. Look at a replay of Maryland at bars as we are getting
double layout, step back.
9-8-5 for Jenna.
I don't know. Again, I'm a little.
Yeah. I mean, if the 10th call was a 9-8, I'm, where do you go from there?
Right. Well, and this again was the problem I explained earlier.
Yeah.
When the first team to go on floor is getting 9.875s and 9.9s, what do you do from that?
Right.
And Towson's routines so far have been just as comparable.
Allie Wesley, a little Sunday night football action going on with the music. I heard this in the back earlier, and I was wondering who this was.
That would pump me up, to be honest. I'm kind of getting a little excited right now. Front layout, front full. Double pike, nice. Test was down a little bit. Great job. And she chooses the option to only do 2 tumbling passes, which that's all that's required you do.
Yeah.
I think one of the other things I'm loving about Towson's floor lineup is it's different. Some teams, all the music sounds the same, the choreography looks exactly the same. I know they use different choreographers for the whole team. Not that one choreographer didn't do the entire team, which I love because we're seeing differences in that, and it's playing off of their personalities.
We await the score for Wesley. Everyone else is finished as of now. Maryland in the lead at 196.35. GW 1955. And 9.775 for Wesley.
I don't know what I'm missing.
Paige Casper had a solid meet tonight. She did have the fall on bars, or on beam, excuse me.
Oh, beautiful double pike. Nice dance series, too. Front layout, front full. Great job. Finishes with a double tuck. Great job. All right, I was doing a little math. Catching Maryland at this point, mathematically not an option.
Right.
We might be able to catch GW.
Yeah, it'll depend on the judges here with the
It's
scores.
gonna, right, you know, it's, yeah. I don't even know what to say about these scores. When I saw how high the scores were for Maryland and even GW, I'm like, okay, Towson's floor is comparable, and these girls are putting it out there tonight. So I'm just not sure what I'm missing comparatively. Now, if the scores for Maryland and GW had been lower, I would expect Towson's to also be lower. I expect them to be comparable when the routines are comparable. And I'm not seeing that.
The 9.85 here for Casper.
I mean, that's a great score. I'm not going to knock that score.
Right.
But comparatively, I don't know. And I know it sounds silly, but to me, that would have been a 9.875. And yes, that's only, you know, 0.025 tenths higher, but that is going to make a difference in a meet like this for second place.
Right. Here's Emerson Hurst to round us out here tonight inside CQ Arena. We've only seen her once at home.
Beautiful double pike. She was really going for that stick, I think, so chest was down just a little bit. Oh, nobody does jumps better than her. Play out front full, gorgeous. It's such a playful routine.
I was just thinking that.
And it's so funny because I get the sense sometimes like she's very serious and very focused, but here she's letting it out.
I just love it. When she's on the beam.
Right.
She doesn't crack a smile.
I know. I love it.
And here she's been all over, but still locked in.
Beautiful double tuck. There's no deduction on that. If this routine does not go 9.9 or higher, I'm going to run over to the coaches and tell them they need to put in some inquiries on all the floor routines tonight.
Emerson Hurst finishes
Wow,
strong.
great job. Crowd is
right
going
now,
wild.
Towson is ahead of GW. So
yeah, mathematically it was right there.
Go.
So
it will.
And I think this would be their first 195 of the season. And again, I'll point out, not a perfect meet.
No.
Stumble on bars, which didn't have to count.
Right.
Fall on beam, didn't have to count, but not enough stuck landings for me.
Yeah.
And so I hope this really shows these ladies, you know, what they need to do. Just minor tweaking at this point.
So Towson pulls in front of GW right now before the Emerson Hurst score. It's a 195.55 for Towson, a 195.5 for GW. We'll see what the Hurst score is.
If it doesn't go 9.9 or higher, I might go ask the judges myself.
It's a 9.825 for Emerson Hurst.
No.
So we'll step aside. You pretty much know the final team standings at this point. It'll be Maryland, Towson, GW. We'll have the individual awards coming up in here in a few minutes. We'll step aside for now. Welcome back to the Towson Sports Network. Ben Rosenbaum, Tandy Knight. We thought we were set for awards, but the Tigers now getting back up. Taking a lot of pictures today.
Yeah, a lot of pictures. You know, this is one of the things I love about Towson Gymnastics is the support we get from the community.
Right.
And there are a lot of little, hopefully former or future Tiger gymnasts here. And they want their pictures with the team, and I love it.
It's between that and I think some of the alumni have snuck onto the floor, which I don't know if they should be out there yet. There's that huge group over there, Amanda Pratt, Tyra McKellar, Lauren Cahalan. And I feel so bad I'm blanking on, and I'm looking right at her, on the right in the second row.
Courtney Baker.
Courtney Baker. That was really bothering me. Oh, man. Noelle Harada in that group.
Oh, yeah, there she is. Oh, that's great.
Big group over there. So we know the final team scores are Maryland in first with a 196.35, Towson with a 195.675, and GW in third with a 1955. And actually, this is the highest Towson score since the final meet of 2018, and they've tied that score at a 195.675. That was a win on senior night for the Tigers.
And I think this is their first 195 of the season. And again, as I said earlier, still not a perfect meet. There is room for improvement here.
Absolutely.
And I really, really hope the girls recognize that this is just the beginning for them, you know, for the future and their success. I don't think they've beaten GW in many years.
And that's big because that's an Eagle opponent.
Right. And they're a great team.
They are a really good team.
And they did pretty well tonight, too. It wasn't like they had a bad meet.
And if memory serves, the last time Towson hosted Eagle, I thought GW won it.
Yes, the last time we hosted Eagle, that is correct.
So it's not like GW is one of the lower teams on the totem pole.
No, they are consistently a strong team every year. Their coach, Margie Cunningham, coached when I was competing still. That's how long she's been building this program, and she's a wonderful coach. They usually are a very solid team. And so this is a huge victory, although it's technically second place.
Right.
In gymnastics, the placing doesn't really matter as much as the scores. That's what gets you into the postseason. They average out the scores throughout the season. And so especially having a high score at home like this, it's a huge boost for them to qualify into the postseason competition.
We do know, I believe it's going to be the crowd mic is going to be hard to hear today, so I will relay scores or results as they're announced. They did turn in the scores to PA announcer Tom Judd, and they are going over them one final time. And again, our final results, Towson in second, Maryland in first, and GW coming in third as we are just about ready to go, I believe. Looking over at Tom Judd.
I think one of the other things about this season that I'm loving is they are doing really well at home.
Yes.
And that has also been a problem for us for the past few years. They tended to do better on away meets for some weird reason. And this year, they are shining at home. And I'm going to say a lot of it has to do with just being comfortable at home. These girls seem to have a really strong chemistry. And, you know, the crowd getting into it as well. And I love seeing that because that's important. If you don't perform well at home, it kind of hurts. So it's great to see that.
I believe, looking, they gave him the results. I think we're just waiting on Tom to be ready to go. Tom's a showman. He doesn't go until he's ready.
And he's been doing it for so long.
Oh, for years.
It's like, props to Tom. He's amazing. I think he's probably the best announcer. I've been to a lot of gymnastics meets. I'm crowning him the best announcer of gymnastics meets in the NCAA. There we go.
I think they have him double check the scores as well, because he's kind of comparing everything right now, making sure everything looks kosher. Busy. This is a kickoff to a busy weekend. Actually, Towson softball, Towson baseball had games going on simultaneously here today in Towson. I do believe baseball won 6-5 over Lafayette, and then softball I don't know if we have a final from them. I heard the weather got a little funky for the softball team. They beat LaSalle 9-3. And then tomorrow, obviously, softball and baseball will continue these series. Softball hosting a tournament with Stony Brook and Iona also in attendance. And men's lacrosse, Sean Nadal and the Tigers, looking for their first win of the season, are on the field at Unitas tomorrow against highly ranked Georgetown, a team that Towson has been back and forth with over the last few years. You can hear Spiro Marikis and Glenn Smith on the call on TowsonTigers.com starting at noon or 11:45 on TSN. Georgetown ranked 12th in the country. And then on a week from tomorrow, Towson Lacrosse also plays Duke here in Unitas. Not sure what the holdup is now.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted, while we have this break, thank all of the alumni for coming out again. It's so important to have that alumni support. And then we're grooming future alumni right here with our seniors. After next week, they will be alumni, or after the next competition, I should say, at home, they'll be alumni. And it's great to welcome them to our family.
And all right, here we go. And I will, we're having trouble picking up Tom today, so I will just relay the scores as we go. First is the George McGinty Award. Zoe Packard receiving the George McGinty Award. So an award in the memory of George McGinty, Tandy, going to Zoe Packard, who doesn't get as much in competition performances, but has been as hard of a worker as we've seen.
And sometimes that is just as important is the characteristics and qualities that you have that help the rest of your team. You don't always have to be out on the competition floor to make an impact.
And especially with this team this year, as we've talked about it, the practice competition between everybody pushing each other has been, I mean, it's been cutthroat to say the least. I mean, people knocking each other out of lineups weekly.
Yeah.
So we'll get into the meet awards with the vault. In third place will be Randy Morris with a 9.825 from the University of Maryland. In second, also from the University of Maryland, will be Kalia Burgess with a 9.85. And in first place from George Washington is Deja Chambliss with a 9.9 on the vault. Moving over to bars. In third place, there is a tie between two Colonials, Deja Chambliss and Anna Warhol, each with a 9.8. There's Anna Warhol. In second place from the University of Maryland with a 9.85 is Emma Silverman. And Aleka Tixnius in first for Maryland with a 9.9. Over to beam in third from George Washington, a 9.875 is Hannah Cohen. And then a two-way tie for first between two Towson University Tigers, Emerson Hurst and Jenna Wheats, each with a 9.925. And over to the floor. A three-way tie for third. All scoring a 9.875. From the University of Maryland is Sabria Rouse. From Maryland again is Reese McClure. From George Washington is Deja Chambliss. And a two-way tie for first place, both University of Maryland Terrapins with a score of 9.9. Kalia Burgess and Emma Silberman.
And I'm just going to comment here, I'm sorry, but our floor scores I felt were unfairly low. Emerson Hurst and Melissa Temkoff should have been in the 9.875-9.9 range, and I'm just going to say that. And that's all I'm going to say.
All around, I don't know how we didn't pick up on it, but Allie Wesley was in the all-around for
yeah.
Towson after saying we didn't have anybody. And there is Allie. She came in third, a 3.8925. In second with a 39.3 from the University of Maryland, Emma Silberman. And that means in first place for George Washington is Deja Chambliss with a 3.94. And the final team results. In third place with a score of 1.955 is the George Washington Colonials. And in second place with their highest score since the end of 2018, the Towson University Tigers with a 1.95675. And in first place here tonight inside CQ Arena are the Maryland Terrapins with a score of 1.9635. So that'll conclude our coverage here tonight. Towson hits the road on March 8th to take on the University of Maryland Terrapins, William & Mary, and George Washington in D.C., as well as Yale University, before they return home for Senior Day on March 15th, Sunday at 2 o'clock here inside CQ, Southern Connecticut State University. And Tandy, we'll be here, and we hope to see all of you here at CQ as well. For Tandy Knight and everybody here at the Towson Sports Network, thanks for joining us. And